Jesus calls his disciples. Do you want to talk or you want to just film?
Talk a little bit. Hey everybody, it's Pastor Los. Glad to be with you for another edition of Gospel Unplugged. And this week I'm joined by
Pastor Cieslik,
my exceptional colleague.
On the other side of the table.
Did not take the bait. The Dixonian bait.
Yes. Yeah. That's his. He can have it.
That's generous.
I know.
That is very generous.
I am.
You are. All right. We are back in January, and last week we read from Matthew, who tells the story of the Magi who come to greet the baby Jesus, and we always read that Matthew chapter 2 for the Festival of Epiphany, which means this is our first week back into John's Gospel. We're going to be reading from John's Gospel. We read all through December, and now we're going to be reading all the way through late May. So this is the year we're focusing on John's Gospel, and we are after spending 4 weeks with the first 18 verses.
We're going to move a little faster.
Now we're moving, and we're moving by looking now to John's story of Jesus calling his disciples. Yeah. And as we'll discover this whole year, John does everything a little differently. The money changers are chased out of the temple at the beginning of the story instead of the end. Mm-hmm. The day Jesus dies is a Friday, but it's the day of preparation, not Passover. And so here there's no miraculous catch of fish. There's no walking by the seashore and calling the brothers. It is just different. And so why don't we jump into the funky, different story about Jesus' disciples according to John. So we'll read from the first chapter, beginning with the 43rd verse. The next day, Jesus decided to go to Galilee. He found Philip and said to him, "Follow me." Now, Philip was from Bethsaida, the city of Andrew and Peter. Philip found Nathaniel and said to him, "We have found him about whom Moses in the law and also the prophets wrote, Jesus, son of Joseph from Nazareth." Nathaniel said to him, "Can anything good come out of Nazareth?" Philip said to him, "Come and see." When Jesus saw Nathanael coming toward him, he said of him, "Here is truly an Israelite in whom there is no deceit." Nathanael asked him, "Where did you get to know me?" Jesus answered, "I saw you under the fig tree before Philip called you." Nathanael replied, "Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel." Jesus answered, "Do you believe because I told you that I saw you under the fig tree? You will see greater things than these." And he said to him, "Very truly I tell you, you will see heaven opened and the angels of God ascending and descending upon the Son of Man." And here endeth the reading.
Endeth?
Well, it's just, there's all this awkward construction.
Yeah.
Come and see. No, we have found him about whom Moses in the law and also the prophets wrote. Tortuous.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't really roll off the tongue.
Endeth felt.
Yeah.
Felt appropriate. All right. Curious what jumped out to you. What grabbed your attention?
I mean, there is a lot of fascinating things in there. I love John's call, or Jesus's call of the disciples in John, because it's just so straightforward. It's come check it out.
Follow me.
It's an invitation into kind of a discovery. You get the sense in John that Jesus knows a lot, right? That he, more than in the Synoptic Gospels, I think you have a sense that Jesus is clued into some extra special knowledge. And you get little hints of that even here when he has this conversation with Nathaniel. But the people that follow Jesus or are interested in Jesus aren't necessarily supposed to respond to that either. Mm-hmm. Right? In the sense that, like, he pushes back when Nathaniel makes this pretty big proclamation and says, "Were you impressed by that? Wait till you see what else I have."
Yeah, that might be my favorite moment. And this is kind of a peculiar story. The invitation, and I think it starts with Jesus to Philip, "Follow me," invitation bordering on command. Mm-hmm. And then Philip's word to his skeptical brother, well, come and see for yourself.
Yeah.
And then this skepticism to profound faith over disclosing a little bit of knowledge. And then Jesus, like, seriously? We haven't even gotten started yet.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of fun.
I also think, I mean, it is interesting too, like you said, that the skepticism, he's not, like, his question, can anything good come out of Nazareth? He's expecting that to be no. Like, so it is a dramatic shift in his from thinking there is nothing good that can come out of this town. There's nothing good that can come from this person.
Yeah.
To, oh, Rabbi.
Yeah. Be kind of like if I said, are we going to be watching the Vikings in the playoffs this January?
Playoffs?
I already know the answer.
Right.
And then I'm like, oh, they're going to be a Super Bowl contender. Right. Anyway, trying to stretch.
Totally.
Yes.
But I think it is a theme that we'll continue to see in John's gospel, where the encounter, the experience with the person of Jesus, affects people in profoundly different ways. Some people will become more entrenched in their ideas of who he is and what is not possible in him, and others will have this dramatic turnabout and start to see that this one is pointing and revealing something to us about God in a different way. And it's only and always through the encounter with Jesus. It's not first from, I mean, Philip draws him to Jesus, but it's not until he sees Jesus, talks to Jesus, experiences him, that shift happens. He has to have it for himself.
I agree. I think this is the setting of the paradigm of what will happen. That it's a simple invitation or a crisis. There's a variety of ways people encounter Jesus, and then it is in that encounter that they learn something about themselves, about Jesus, and they have a moment of response. And the response might be confusion. It might be, I don't believe, or in this case, it might be, you are the Messiah. But I do feel like John is sort of giving a preview of the way this gospel will unfold. And I think, too, there's something I find really, if Nathaniel is skeptical and then kind of bold in his proclamation, there's something for me really appealingly winsome about Philip, who encounters the skepticism of his brother, and he just says, come and see. And I sometimes think that for Lutherans, that's not a bad tip when we think about sharing faith, or the word that can scare us at times, evangelism. And we've had enough people who think of evangelism as kind of cramming the gospel down someone's throat, or do you know where you'll be after you die, or have you accepted Jesus? And I think and I've heard a number of people here say, they'll talk about their church at work, or kids will talk about their church at school, and their friends will be like, really? You spend that much time at your church? And this is like, I feel like Philip's for us. Like,
Totally.
Well, come and see.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to defend it. You don't have to explain it. You don't have to get aggressive or assertive about it. Come and see.
Yeah.
Which I think is kind of fun.
Those are kind of my leading questions for
All right,
folks
let's turn to the questions.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Perfect.
It would be like, what is one thing that you find helpful about your faith? And then how can you invite somebody to come and see that for themselves? Because I think that is what is at the heart of John's story, is people have these encounters, tell people about it, and invite them to come and check it out.
It is that simple, and Jesus, God, does the rest.
Which is pretty great.
Yeah.
Because I'm not so good at it.
Yeah, I get it. Totally get it. Yeah, this is what, it's fun to start the year this way. This is the story for us, and we'll remember that again and together. Thanks, everyone, for the time. Thanks for the conversation.
You bet.
And we'll see you in church.